no idea what I'm capable of.
Life's better when your dreams are...
There's a bad man on that Warriors squad. He wears number 30. He's the best shooter of all time. And oh my goodness, what a quarter, bro. That was, you know, as much as it's like, man, it had to be against us. I think it's the one time where I think some Bulls fans can just accept that this was against us tonight. And just enjoy the show. What a performance, bro. That third quarter was awesome to watch, bro. I mean, just as an NBA fan only, like, that was an insane quarter just to witness. And we've seen Steph do these things all the time, but that was awesome to watch. And, you know, forget the, you know, me trying to, I want the Bulls to get, you know, a better pick overall or anything like that. That was just awesome. That was just an incredible just sight to behold, because I mean, we know that Curry's not having like a typical Curry season. And I mean, we don't know, bro. Like, that might be the last time where like he's like gonna go off at the United Center, you know? So yeah, I mean, just cherish it, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Just cherish those moments with Curry, because I mean, we're getting to that time suddenly. It's weird to say, but we're at that moment where we don't know how much long he has. So that was awesome, bro. I mean, that was such a performance that I just was just jaw dropped and just watching the game. But besides that, though, I mean, I think the Bulls, you know, you'll take this if you're the Bulls. I mean, I think in terms of everything that we all want, right? You have some good moments with the young guys tonight. Some fun overall moments. You know, we saw a nice Buzelis dunk. We saw Buzelis have overall a really nice game tonight. Kobe White was, you know, lighting up from the field, so, you know, he wasn't dropping down to a horrible percentage at the start of the game. So we got some nice moments from the younger guys, and Buzelis played 29 minutes, which is, you know, I'm asking for 25 or more for the rest of the season, and you end up losing the game. So good job, honestly. I think this is just a job well done when it comes to everything the Bulls need to do. So good job tonight. I saw some good things from Dosunmu, Buzelis, White. Obviously from Jalen Smith off the bench, which was great to see. I'm gonna basically hope for more Jalen Smith minutes moving forward. Unfortunately, I think Giddey had a really rough game, so we'll talk about that just really briefly. And the new guys, I mean, we only saw two tonight, and that was Kevin Huerter and Trey Jones. Somehow Zach Collins wasn't even able to get in during garbage time, so I don't know what the hell Billy Donovan's doing there. But yeah, that's honestly, you know, just kind of nice recap. And Bulls had 69 points at halftime, and they went on to only score 111 for the rest of the game. So great job, guys. You completed the tank. Good job. I mean, I don't think Billy was actually trying to tank this game, but good job overall. I think you did a nice job with the rotation tonight, and I was kind of questioning the rotation coming into tonight, but I think you did a nice job with it. So yeah, I think just most things accomplished tonight when it comes to what the Bulls need to do. So if you have not seen the title of my stream, this is going to be a quick stream tonight. I do have Valorant at 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time. It's 9:40, so I got you for about, you know, the next 15-ish minutes here. So yeah, we're gonna be just kind of going through this really quickly. I do apologize that I am not able to stream much longer after a very nice game overall, just in terms of everything. But I do obviously just want to talk a little bit, and then I'm gonna be heading my way to play some Valorant with my guys tonight. But I mean, bro, Steph is just incredible. You know, again, cherish these moments, because I don't know how much longer he has. He has taken a bit of a dip this year, and small guards have always said, I get nervous. Now, he is Steph Curry, so, you know, he can shoot forever, but I mean, who knows, man? We don't know how much longer he does have left in terms of that stardom that we've always seen. So this was awesome just to watch in that third quarter. Again, I know it sucks it's the Bulls, but I mean, it was just incredible to watch. I think, Jimmy Butler played his first game in the Warriors uniform tonight. I had some questions, honestly, about that deal for the Warriors. But after watching that game, like, I know it wasn't amazing that first half. Like, their defense looked awful in the first half, but I did realize something that what Butler brings to the Warriors is something that a lot of things that the Warriors just have not had this season, which is, one, make layups. The Warriors have been one of the worst teams in the league in terms of just making layups at the basket. So Jimmy's going to come and just immediately bring that. But number two is make free throws, bro. I mean, the Warriors have been such a horrible free throw shooting team, and that's with Steph Curry on the roster, obviously. But Jimmy gets to the line. He's a foul merchant, and he's going to make free throws. So two big things just automatically that Jimmy Butler brings. I do have some questions about the spacing with the Warriors moving forward. I also just, I mean, like, I don't know what the team's going to look like, honestly, moving forward, because they still got to fill out the rest of the roster here. But yeah, I can see a vision, honestly, with the way that the Warriors play. Jimmy is willing to play fast and get up and down the court, even though he didn't really play that way in Miami. I think it might work out here. I'm not saying title run for the Warriors or anything, but I do think the Warriors got Steph Curry some help here, and I'm going to be interested to watch this team moving forward. So, yeah, we'll be interesting about that. But in terms of Bull stuff here, I think that the first half was just, honestly, I mean, nothing could have gone better for the Bulls. Hitting threes at a ridiculous rate. Guys were getting some open looks in transition easily. The defense was pretty okay overall. But yeah, I'm just seeing, though, with this Bulls team, like, I think we finally saw the game where the Bulls officially have missed LaVine, right? We didn't really see it against Miami because Miami's defense was just so poor that game. Obviously, Minnesota, I guess you could say Minnesota was probably maybe the game, but the Bulls were still kind of scoring in Minnesota, though. This second half, though, I think finally we just kind of saw, like, oh my God, like, yeah, we need Zach here in this very moment in time, which should show you that the Bulls should be rebuilding, right? A bunch of young guys on the squad, don't know really when the offense, goes to crap, and, it's an avalanche on the other end when Steph Curry's draining everything. What do you do, right? And unfortunately, they don't really have a guy right now. So, I'm kind of hoping for Kobe to kind of step up, but, like, he just didn't, like, take many shots. I will say also Billy took him out when the Warriors were on that run, so maybe it's just on Billy's fault at the end of the day. But I think for the Bulls, though, it's just gonna be interesting just to see how everyone's gonna be able to, like, kind of show off what we need to see from them. Like, for example, tonight, I think Buzaz got off to a damn great start, and he ended the game with 10 shots. Kobe obviously was on fire. He couldn't freaking miss, and he only took 12 shots this game. And yet, Josh Giddey is struggling mightily from the field tonight, and he took 11 shots today. It's kind of one of those things where I'm just, like, looking at this Bulls team, I'm like, well, I appreciate that you guys have this offense where you do a good job of spreading the ball around and everything, and everyone gets their touches. No one's going to be just kind of just doing nothing in the corner, honestly. If you're actively doing the proper thing, you're going to get touches in this offense, and you're going to get shots. But the problem is that when there's an avalanche happening on the other end, like, there are certain guys that need to get the shots, and I don't think the Bulls really realized that tonight. I think Kevin Huerter took some shots that were very, very unnecessary. Patrick Williams, same thing, trying to force the issue. I'm just like, I don't need you to shoot the basketball right now. I don't need the ball in your hands right now. So I understand, obviously, that the pecking order is all, gone to shit because LaVine's gone. But I think that the Bulls got to kind of figure out a new pecking order. And one of the things that I did kind of tweet out at the end of this game was that I think the Bulls, obviously, in this game, they did realize how much they missed Zach. But one of the things that LaVine did very well when in the Bulls uniform was that he was a big reason why Vucevic was having a much better season this year. He did one hell of a job of opening up Vucevic for open shots, but also for opportunities at the basket, man. Vucevic, since LaVine has been gone, since LaVine took that time off to go be with his wife with the birth of his third child, and then obviously got traded, Vooch is averaging 11 shots per game. Now, you can argue that some of it's on Vooch, and you can argue that some of it's on the new, I guess not new guys, but the guys are just not looking for Vooch enough. But at the end of the day, what Zach LaVine did bring to the team was that he was the guy that had the most on-ball gravity out of anybody. He was the main playmaker for most of the year, and when you run a pick and roll with him and Vooch, like, he really opened up Vooch for a lot of opportunities because he is, like, Levine's scoring is just such a threat that it's like, yeah, he's going to draw so much attention that Vooch is just going to be the guy that's going to be reciprocating at the other end, right? So it's just, like, I do think that it's going to be interesting to watch how, you know, Donovan uses Vooch moving forward because Stacey Kim was kind of mentioning, kind of at the end of the broadcast, and maybe Vooch doesn't play that many minutes. And honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like, especially like Jalen Smith was playing today. I'm just like, why don't you just play Jalen Smith for the rest of the game, honestly? But Vooch doesn't look too great, and I honestly think it's because, yeah, you don't have Zach anymore, and it's not saying that, like, oh, Kobe and Giddy or Isle are not capable of, like, passing Vooch open or anything like that. It's just that they don't have the same on-ball gravity. So I just think it's something just to keep in mind with this sort of stuff, as I do think that it's going to be an adjustment period. But I do want the younger players to shine. Like, I don't really want Vooch really getting that many touches anyway. So it's going to be interesting to just kind of see how this offense is going to operate, because if you take away Vooch out of, you know, the pecking order, right, then it's kind of just a free-for-all. It's like, okay, whoever's a hot hand, go, right? There is really no pecking order. It's not like Buzelis needs to get, you know, 20 shots a night. While I would like to see that, it's not like it's not necessary. So it's going to be interesting just to see moving forward. And I'm going to be interested just how this is going to work out, honestly. Decision making on offense after that point was shockingly open passes that Kobe just turned down. I do think Kobe turned down a few, but I also think that guys missed some, you know? I think guys just straight up missed him when he was open, and they just didn't pass him the ball, honestly. Take formation in place. That's exactly right, Ryan. We are officially at that moment where we look pretty decent for half the game, and yet we then find a way to lose it pretty badly. So good job, honestly. Great job, guys. You did your job tonight. Enjoying Booz starting, though? Yeah, I've been enjoying Buzelis starting also. I don't think it's going to continue when Slonzo gets back here, but I won't lie. I wouldn't be that opposed to just kind of starting Buzelis for the rest of the year. If it guarantees Buzelis at least 25 minutes a game, ideally closer to 30 minutes a game per night, then yeah, I would just start him, honestly. I think he's doing a lot on both ends of the floor where I'm like, yeah, I mean, at this point with what he's doing, I mean, he's looking really good. He's has full confidence in himself right now. And he's doing a lot of things on both ends of the floor, man, that I'm just like, yeah, I mean, at this point, like, there's no reason to just bring him off the bench. Just like, go ahead and start him. But it is Billy Donovan at the end of the day, and he doesn't like to start rookies. So, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he goes back to the bench. But if I was the coach, I would just be starting for the rest of the year. I would just put Lonzo back on the bench, honestly, and just, you know, because Lonzo is still at the minutes restriction, and he is up to 28 now. But I mean, bro, I at this point, right, it's like, who are you prioritizing? Are you prioritizing Buzelis' development, or are you prioritizing that Lonzo gets his minutes, which you can still get Lonzo his minutes off the bench? It'll be completely fine. But I mean, assuming that you don't bench Io or Kobe or Giddy, then yeah, I think Lonzo just be the guy to go back to the bench here. But I mean, yeah, if anyway, honestly, I mean, I wouldn't mind benching any of these guys, honestly, just to get Buzelis in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I think Buzelis has looked fantastic, and the Bulls were running some pick and roll sets with him today. That was insane. I'll be breaking down that in the after the next game, because again, we're on a time crunch today, so I do apologize about this, but the Bulls were running some pick and roll sets for Buzelis today. That was basically like a simple action. It was like almost like how they did with Zach. It's just like you run a little down screen for him to come up to the top of the key and get the basketball, and you run a top of the key pick and roll with Vooch, and Buzelis was absolutely cooking in the first half, honestly, with that action, mostly in the second quarter. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to convert much in the second half here, as the Bulls' offense did just completely die. But I mean, that's an incredible thing to see, because if Buzelis has that in his game, where he's a legitimate ball handler, pick and roll threat, then I mean, the ceiling for this guy is just, I mean, it's untapped potential. Like, it's just, his potential is just out of this world. Then, obviously, we need to see more of it consistently, but that's something that I did not think we'd be seeing this year. And he has certainly shown me the ability to have a pick and roll ball handling skill where he's reading the defense effectively, and because of his height, and you know, he's pretty decent at dribbling. Like, if there's ever a point where the defense fails to, you know, defend properly, or, you know, have the proper coverage, he takes advantage, bro. I mean, if you rotate a smaller guy over, he just has the wingspan and height just to take advantage of it. He was honestly, like, when Draymond Green was putting that pick and roll, like, he was just cooking him. He was doing a spin move on him. It was just killing him. So, that's gonna be like, if Buzelis is gonna be doing that moving forward, bro, then we're looking at all-star, which is awesome just to be talking about. Obviously, I'm not convinced just yet. I'm not gonna be like, oh, we got all-star in Buzelis' future already. I'm not there yet, but he has shown me a lot more of stuff that I'm like, I thought I'd see this maybe in his second or third season. He's showing this in his rookie year, and the fact that he's having success off of it is very, very impressive. So yeah, keep doing this. Again, we gotta just live through. I mean, I hope Billy understands this, but I mean, you just gotta live through the mistakes of him. Like, he's had some mistakes even in this game. You just gotta let him play through it, and we'll take, obviously, seeing him get some pick and roll opportunities and doing well with them. Like, he's reading the coverage well. He's understanding when to reject the screen. Like, that's impressive, bro. I'm thoroughly impressed with him. Price odds the game: Kobe, Buzelis, Jalen, 24-point lead, even though it didn't last. I mean, again, yeah, sure you want to give that a bright spot, but at the end of the day, I think, you know, losing is probably the best thing. So I don't mind the L, but I do think, yeah, for everyone else, that, you know, how well Buzelis was playing, how well Kobe was playing, how well Jalen Smith was playing, and then to an extent to how well I was playing, like that was pretty solid. To see the Bulls up against the Warriors, but 24 points against the Warriors. Obviously the meltdown was pretty tragic, but again, you want to lose, so it's not too bad. I just like when people take open shots and pass if it isn't open to someone. It didn't happen after a point of third. Oh, I completely agree. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you could. I think you could just blame that honestly on everybody. I think Kevin Huerter, when Kevin Huerter was called for a travel, like, I was losing my mind. I was just like, why didn't you shoot that? Like, why? What are you doing, bro? Like, you're a shooter, right? I'm sorry. I thought Kevin Huerter was a shooter, right? Am I not mistaken? Like, Kevin Huerter's a shooter, and he turned down a 3-point shot wide open at the top of the key because he saw the defender running at him and he traveled with it. It's like that sort of stuff is just, this is the reason why, bro, I don't have any faith in Kevin Huerter. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, he'll probably prove me wrong, but for the people that are like, oh, don't worry, he'll find a shot here, he'll be valuable to us, or we'll trade him. I'm just like, I don't think he looks right, bro. He honestly looks like he doesn't want to shoot the basketball sometimes, and his main thing is shooting. He doesn't really do anything else, bro. So yeah, I mean, in terms of the new guys tonight, Trey Jones didn't score, so there's that. He also got cooked by Curry today, so I don't know what you want to think of that. Kevin Huerter was 1 for 7 from the field. He made a 3, so I mean, at least he did that. But I also found out today from a stat from one of the Kings people, is that if you did not know who has the worst 3-point percentage this season on wide open attempts, with at least 100 wide open attempts attempted this year, it is none other than Kevin Huerter. He is shooting, coming into tonight, he is shooting 26.2% on wide open 3-point shots this season. So, look, I understand people want, you know, Kevin Huerter to have success here, or, you know, you just want to, you know, get his value back up and trade him, you know, immediately. But that sort of stuff, when it comes to a guy that is mostly just known for his shooting, it doesn't really do too much else, and he is shooting under 30% when it comes to wide open 3-point shots. That's not great. So I've been pretty adamant that I think Zach Collins and Kevin Huerter are just dead weights. Hence why I've been pretty upset about the Levine deal, since, you know, I'm going to continue saying that. He better figure it out, because I won't be shocked if this is just something that is just going to continue for him. I understand he has the track record of, like, yeah, he's a career 37% 3-point shooter. He's probably not going to shoot 30% for the rest of his career, but I don't know, bro. When a guy has injuries and, like, he's not that athletic in the first place, and then all of a sudden, like, he's having a really bad year and his main thing is only shooting, like, I don't feel too great about it when all of a sudden he just has a major dip. So, personally, I understand why people are like, oh, we'll be fine, but, like, oh, bro, I don't have faith, honestly. I didn't like how you played today, but it's, you know, I'm not gonna be hating on him after one game or anything like that. Vooch's not stealing as much, so it's not as safe to pass to him. Oh, I mean, if people really think that the Bulls should have been trying to post up Vooch as much as possible, the Golden State Warriors have been a small team since the dynasty happened, okay? You're not gonna be able to score in the post against the Warriors. They have an entire defensive scheme to make sure that you stop the post up, okay? Like, the people that really think that you're gonna be suddenly, like, posting up easily against the Warriors, like, you're not. I've been saying this adamantly, but also you're right. Like, Vooch is not stealing his guys. He's also not doing a good job trying to get low post position. So it's just like if we pass it to him, he's like at like 20 feet away from the basket. It's just like, yeah, I'm not digging it, bro. Like if Vooch clearly doesn't want to be here, that's fine. But don't tell me that we need to start feeding him. Like if anything, we just need to just play the young guys. I don't need to see Vooch anymore, honestly. I was surprised of all people who came in from the trade that Collins didn't get minutes. Oh, honestly, I was not. I mean, if I had to choose a guy to not get minutes, it'd be Zach Collins, honestly. I said it. I think Trey Jones could get minutes because Billy loves his guards and he's the most intriguing guy. Kevin Huerter needs to recoup his value, and Zach Collins needs to recoup his value, but he's been the guy that's been played the least out of the three. So I'm not shocked that Zach Collins did not play today. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play the next game. It's going to require probably a practice for the Bulls until he can get some minutes here. Or Vooch's minutes are going to get significantly cut, which is also fine. I saw a report saying we're prioritizing Giddey over Kobe going forward. Yeah, that report, that's by Joe, none other than God, I hate my life. That's by none other than Joe Coley. So take that with whatever you want. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if that is the case where they are prioritizing Giddey over Kobe White, because they traded Alex Caruso, their big prize, for Josh Giddey. Would I do that personally? No. Would I prioritize building with either guys? Not really. If I had to choose one to try to keep around just because he's younger, I would probably choose Giddey just to keep around, I guess. But I don't have any faith he's going to suddenly develop into like an all-star or something like that. So yeah, bro, I honestly not too happy with that report of like, oh, we're gonna be like building around Josh Giddey. I would not build around Josh Giddey. I think that's pretty clear. But my biggest issue with the report is that if you're not gonna be using or trying to keep Kobe White around in the first place, then what the hell are we doing? Like, why didn't you trade him? That's kind of like my biggest thing. Is like why didn't we trade him at the deadline then? Like that's what we should have done instead. Is if you're not going to keep Kobe around, you should have just traded him now. Like, you're not going to get more value for him in the offseason. Like, you should have just traded him now. So, yeah, also nice to see you, Taro. Unfortunately, again, this is just, this is a short stream, so I am going to end, like, almost, like, in a minute here. Assuming my Valorant does open. But, yeah, I'm going to be talking more about this game more after the next game. But, again, I do have to go play some Valorant here with my guys, so I do apologize about this. As you can see, Riot Games has been popped up here. So yeah, overall though, again, just quick thoughts, just because I do have to go ahead and end this stream. Buzelis, I'm loving what I'm seeing, just obviously since Levine has been moved, like he has looked fantastic. Wouldn't mind him starting moving forward, and you put Lonzo on the bench, I think that's fine. I also, it's good to see Kobe playing better. I just don't know how long it's going to last, and honestly, I don't think Kobe's defense looked too great today, but obviously, I'll take a Kobe White, 6-3 game, which is great to see. I thought Io in that first quarter was, doing most of the initiating, and I think he did a pretty damn good job with it. I think Io in that first quarter was looking pretty solid. He had some nice overall, just kind of buckets where he had an isolation against post and drove to the basket, got the and one, and stuff like that, and so that was good to see. Jalen Smith looked really good, so I hope to see more minutes of him, honestly, just because I don't want to see Vooch play anymore. The new guys that did play, Trey Jones and Kevin Huerter, just are underwhelming, but I'm not going to be too critical of them. It's one game, and they're probably not used to all the play calls anyway, so I'm not going to be too critical of it at the end of the day. Bulls did a good job of losing today, which is the good thing, and you had a nice showing from some of the younger players, so not too bad overall. But that's gonna have to be the stream though, guys. I do apologize about this. Thank you guys so much for just kind of doing a little check-in here. The game lasted much longer just because of all the free throws, so I do apologize. I was hoping to stream for about 30 minutes, but the game lasted for so damn long. So yeah, we're gonna be next stream is gonna be much longer. Obviously, I'm gonna be doing like at least 2 hours, and we'll talk then about after that game and then also about this game as well. And so yeah, appreciate you guys a lot. Stream's just gonna basically end just right now. Fine overall game. Good loss though. I think it's a pretty good overall outcome for this game. So not mad at all about this. So yeah. Just stream Valorant gameplay, fam. So I will be doing this eventually. I'm not gonna do it on this channel though. Obviously, this is a basketball Bulls content channel, so I don't want to just randomly just stream Valorant on this because it's gonna mess up the algorithm. But I promise you that I will be streaming Valorant at some point, just not now. And not on this channel. It'll be on a different channel. It'll be on a Twitch channel probably, and then maybe and then gameplay will be on a YouTube channel as well, and like edited videos, stuff like that. So I promise you I will do that. I promise you guys I make a gaming channel. It's coming soon, but just not today. So yeah, sorry about this, guys. I gotta end right now. I'm about to get into a Discord call. I'll see you guys. I don't know when the Bulls play next, honestly. I'm gonna guess it's probably Monday. Nope. Sorry, it is Monday. Nope. Is it not Monday? Okay. Do we play tomorrow? Okay, no, it's Tuesday. Okay. Bulls play the Pistons. Oh yeah, it's a back-to-back against the Pistons. All right, I'll see you guys then. All right, peace out, y'all.